Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to today's press conference to showcase State Bank of India's plan to breathe new life into Bengaluru's real estate market through its partnership with tech platform AddaCorner. I'd like to introduce Shri Abhijit Majumdar, Chief General Manager, State Bank of India, Bengaluru Circle. We also have the founders of AddaCorner, India's first real-time group negotiation platform, Mr. Sumit Srivastav and Mr. Raja Mukherjee. I request Mr. Abhijit to address the media now.
Thank you, ma'am. It's indeed a pleasure to be here with so many of our friends from the media, AddaCorner, and my own colleagues. Well, this is a unique experience that we are trying to unfold. So I'm really excited to, address all of you regarding this. I of course, am confident that all of you know that in our country, State Bank of India is the largest provider of home loans. And in our bank itself, the state of Karnataka contributes 11.3% to the total home loan portfolio of the bank in the country. So I won't be mistaken, I think, if I call that a lion's share. This has been possible primarily to the huge opportunities the state of Karnataka as well as the center of Bengaluru offers to all builders, all financiers, in fact, in short, everybody concerned with the real estate market. Now here, for the last 2 years, State Bank of India has been not only doing well, but we have in fact increased our market share. Well, that is a part of the story. But then over the last 4 or 5 months, this pandemic has sort of changed the rules of daily life, business, everything. Now there are ways to come to terms with it. Personally, I do not feel that the worst is behind us, but as it is, this pandemic, if nothing else, has taught us, each one of us, the value of having a house. For more than a couple of months, we were all locked down in our houses. And I pay my tribute, my regards to all those people in those difficult times who had to venture out of their houses, like the doctors, the nurses, the security people, the cleaning staff, and last but not the least, the staff of commercial banks, including our own bank. But the majority of people, and especially that in Bangalore, who are confined to their homes, have undergone a lot of change in their ways of doing work, in their thoughts, in their priorities for life. And I'm sure some of them would have brought about fundamental changes in all these aspects for a lot of people, especially in the IT city, Bangalore. People came to realize that work can be done in different ways. Work can be done from home. But work done at home is different from the way we were doing work in office. Over this period of 3-4 months, we have been continuously interacting with a lot of businessmen, a lot of financiers, getting to know what is happening in the market, getting to know what is happening to the home loan market, so that we are able to tailor our future products and services to suit the changed requirements, to suit the changed priorities of the people at large. like some say, commercial space will not be required as much. But in a house where we have the husband and wife both working and both working from home, they may be needing a bigger house. But the essentiality of owning a house, I do not think has changed during this pandemic. In fact, I think for all those people who were contemplating sitting at home of their priorities of life, this would have emerged as one of the major priorities. In that context, our regular dialogue and conversations with the people in the real estate market brought to facts certain elements which were operating presently. People were rightly afraid of going out of their houses, going into, say, a real estate builder's office for looking for projects. We could not hold the carnivals of old, which we used to hold in our either own premises or some premises across Bangalore. So now what? So from the feedback we got, we understood that online is the way in the new normal. We have to provide amenities to the public at large, at their convenience, at their place, so that they are not afraid to transact one of the most important transactions in their life, that of buying a house, owning a house. Along with that, the huge number of builders that put up beautiful projects in the city of Bangalore are to be made available to them for having a good choice. The likes and dislikes of each prospective house owner has to be recorded and their documents obtained, preferably online, sanctions given, and documentations for the loans done, and the transfer of property from the builders to the prospective house owners affected as far as possible in a convenient online mode. So for this, State Bank of India was looking for opportunities to tie up with an online platform. So along came this most novel group, AddaCorner, of which I think there will be a talk later on, but we feel it's an opportune moment. What city other than Bangalore were to roll out such an innovative model? We are rolling out a carnival, an online carnival, for giving a choice to prospective homeowners to choose their dream home online, for which online portal has been opened. Not only that, in addition to just offering online, AddaCorner has come up with a novel way of bargaining with the real estate builders and owners, so that the collective power of bargaining gets implemented. They get the best deals in products of their choice at the place of their work or residence, whichever they prefer. And for this, we are now gathered, and I would like to thank each of the participants, AddaCorner, my own colleagues, and the media. We have about 10 developers already on board, which will be announced subsequently. And I wish that all of us, let us make this event a success, because this will be a new way of doing things. It can be extended to a lot of other avenues, but let us start with the basic human necessity of owning a house. So thank you, and my best wishes to everybody in this project to make it a success. Thank you.
I'd now request the co-founders to take the floor.
So thank you very much, sir, for the brief introduction about this SBI Online Home Carnival along with AddaCorner. And thanks to all the people who have joined in this virtual conference to get the understanding about this platform and concepts. So let me give you a brief background that how this concept came all together, right? So around 10 years back, when I was planning to purchase a property in Bangalore, met with a builder and we negotiated a price. Then my siblings also joined hands with me to purchase the property within the same city with the same builder. And at that time we saw that there is a bargain or there can be a negotiation which can happen. So that's how this concept started.
So what Sumit has just said, that's actually the dichotomy between the seller and the buyer. Buyer A goes to a seller, he gets a price X. Buyer B goes to the same seller, he gets price B. A and B is never equal, or even if it is equal, it is never the same. Or even if it is the same, it is never the best. So we thought of why not institutionalizing the old age concept of coming together, joining hands together and meeting the seller to talk about better pricing deals. So that was the thought behind us to institutionalize and conceptualize this concept. And to tell you, this concept existed in our old age, but it was never institutionalized in our country or per se the world, right? So that has been going in our mind. How do we technologically bind it and make a platform which will get co-buyers together, aggregate them, and then connect them directly with the seller? They will negotiate directly their purchase because a buyer knows what his purchase is going to be, not the intermediary. Yeah. So this bridging of gap became very critical and AddaCorner came into being. We started working on this concept for the last 1.5 years, but we institutionalized it last, when the pandemic came in, we started institutionalizing it. And we were waiting for a right opportunity to launch it. And we thought that this is the right time when we can actually partner with a bank like State Bank of India and try working on an area which actually got impacted heavily due to the pandemic, that is real estate. So AddaCorner, if I have to tell you, it's the first real-time group negotiation platform of our country, which aggregates buyer with common buying need to come together and directly negotiate with the seller. So AddaCorner is a universal platform which is not only confined with real estate, it caters to cars, it caters to bikes, it caters to medical tourism, it caters to holidays, it caters to all areas where thoughtful purchase is involved.
So AddaCorner's vision is to be the world's premier platform that can inspire a lot of people to have the power to negotiate and it provide them the best group purchases opportunities anywhere in the world. Our mission to spread the power of unity, as we say that unity is strength, so we want to go ahead with that. And we also want to democratize the force of team buying. So as the name implies AddaCorner, Adda implies a group of like-minded people who wants to come together. Now, corner always implies to a special place in our hearts. It can be a corner wall or it can be a corner place in your apartment. So in technical terms, corner means a place or angle where two sides and edges meet. That's why we want to meet these buyer and the seller together and take the discussion forward.
So when we were working on the concept, we realized that there is nothing which exists in the world, right? There have been many technology platforms which was working on group buying, but there were never such platform which actually amplifies buyer strength to directly talk to the seller and chalk their own deal. So we saw an opportunity, we saw the void. We wanted to actually work on our beloved Prime Minister's vision, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we actually came out with a platform which will make buyers Atmanirbhar, and we filed our patent as well. So this picture actually depicts, when you are together, you are actually a strength, and when you are alone, this is what happens.
So why AddaCorner is different? Here in these pictures, you can see that it's a real-time team formation. There are no middlemen, there are no brokerage, and we connect direct buyers with the sellers. It makes the strong representation of the buyers to the seller.
So I'll give you a simple brief. Say, suppose me, I know Sumit because he's my friend. I don't know probably X, I don't know probably Y. So this technology platform actually attracts people from different walks of life to come together, form a team, right? Talk about their purchase, then directly start talking to the seller over a video conferencing platform, right? Chalk the best price and move on. So if you see, this platform is not for you to get discounts. This platform is not for you to decrease the price. This platform is actually for you to make a strong representation to the seller to chalk out a deal, which obviously will be the best owing to the quorum of the group.
So these are the steps of happiness where you go, you browse your addas, you join those particular addas specific to your requirement, you get connected to the seller on a virtual platform, and then make for your money. Here you will get the value for your time, you get value for your money, and directly interact with the seller.
So as you can see, there are a lot of areas which we actually, thought of working on. The core idea came when we saw medical tourism in this country, where patients across the globe used to falter, find, hospitals where they can get treated. Then, as Sumit said, he had experienced himself in home buying. Just imagine the cost of acquisition of a client for a seller, right? So much of advertisement, so much of marketing, so much of digital spread, so much of offline marketing that happens. Now for a seller who can actually get hold of a group of co-buyers who talks about their purchase, because the seller is also here to sell his product. And when he gets a group of buyers, don't you think the seller is going to offer them the best? Because the cost of acquisition of a client comes down. And for a buyer, when they come together, not only the psychological confidence gets boosted up, but also the dealing, the power of negotiation also gets amplified. Secondly, right after the purchase, there is also required what is called post-sale service. Now, post-sale service is only best when there is a stronger and a louder decibel talk, and that can only happen when you are in the form of a team. So this actually talks about the platform is an universal platform catering to real estate, cars, bikes, holidays, medical tourism, high-end electronics, and luxury items. Now you may have the question, why this Home Carnival? Real estate, as Abhijit sir was saying, it has got impacted. But in mind of the home buyer, the aspiration to buy the home has never gone out. It might have got delayed. People are actually looking at avenues how he can do a home purchase based on technology, how it can be more innovative and how he can derive more value, because home buying is an eternal need, and it's like and for a person like any one of us, it's like a lifetime dream. So we thought of revolutionizing the way home buying happens today. Today, customers, they are very, very well aware. They are empowered. They know that flashy discounts, beautiful chalked out prices may attract them. But when they go on for purchase, they look into transparency. They're looking for fair pricing. They're looking for a better deal. And that's the reason we joined hands with State Bank of India to bring across this carnival, which is going to benefit so many home buyers, so many prospective home buyers who is looking to buy their home and looking at avenues which can get them better deals.
So this slide shows, this is a report from McKinsey, which shows that what is the economic impact which has happened across these sectors during this pandemic. So if you see real estate, which is one of the largest contributor in our country's GDP, has also been impacted because of this. Now, with this online carnival, we want to boost the sales of the real estate. We want to instill the confidence for the customers that they can go within the comfort of their home, they can select their houses, and then they can go for a deal for their dream home.
I don't need to explain what impact COVID-19 has caused to all the industries, and real estate has been hit badly. Because real estate actually, if you see, let me talk about the home buying process. Home buying process requires a lot of physical contact. right? Someone who likes the home wants to visit the location. When he visits the location, he would like to see how the demo looks like, how he physically feels it. So those all points has actually hindered the sales of real estate post pandemic and during pandemic. So the need of the hour was technology, and I feel the need of the hour was better and simple technology, not complex technology. So that has actually inspired us, and we got more thrilled when State Bank of India actually gave us the platform to join hands and do this carnival in a very different format, and not the way which normal carnival actually happens. So since, as Abhijit sir also said, as we also have been noticing that this industry, real estate industry, has actually got into a bit of turmoil because of the pandemic, and it's the biggest industry. The GDP depends on this industry. So the revamp of this industry had become and is very critical. Customer confidence is of prime importance. What customer felt was that, how do I do my purchase now? How do I look into my home? How do I finalize on my best option? How do I get a best price? How do I create a transparency in the way my dealing happens? So there were a lot of things which were addressed in this carnival. First point, yes, SBI empowered. SBI is going to help reach across all prospective home buyers, reach across their account holders to know that this type of a carnival exists and this type of a carnival is organized. And this carnival is going to be for 1 month. It is for spread over 1 month, because State Bank of India believes that all prospective home buyers should get a fair chance to come together, form team, talk to the developer and chalk out the best price of their prized asset, which is their home, right? So that is what which is going to create 100% transparency in the way pricing is being discussed. There will be no hidden charges. There are no brokerages. The best benefits are going to come out because a stronger representation happens as a team. And best part, fair and equal pricing. So you, he, me, we all get one pricing, which is going to be the best pricing. And I'm sure that is the key benefit, or that is the key message which I would like to like people to know about, that this carnival is going to deliver.
So with this carnival, we want to redefine the way the buying happens, right? It is easy and all the information is there on one platform. You can have a virtual site visit, you can have a video, you can have a real-time team formation, for which you will be getting the fair and equal pricing. Now what happens over here is, when the group is formed, they are directly connected to the seller through a video conferencing platform, and then they discuss on the best pricing, the best offers, the best negotiation which can happen on the table.
So this platform is not only about the price, it is about your representation. It gives you the confidence to buy home today when the complete world is going through a turmoil, because you are getting a platform where all prospective home buyers who wanted to buy a home and have been delaying on purchasing the home, to close their to close their purchases by this month, right? SBI, State Bank of India, has come out with some beautiful schemes, right, to promote and to actually empower buyers to close on their deals and avail loans from State Bank of India as well. So as Abhijit sir said, we are going to launch this carnival officially from 24th, which is Monday, right? And we take this opportunity to launch our technology platform in collaboration with State Bank of India for this carnival in front of you. So today we formally launch AddaCorner in front of you. And the best part of this carnival is that this carnival is going to actually revolutionize the way home buying or any thoughtful purchases has been happening today in today's world.
We want to make everyone that happiness should be your next Adda. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Abhijit, Mr. Sumit, and Mr. Raja for addressing the media. We now move into the Q&A section of our press conference. We request you to keep your questions short and raise your hand so we may unmute you. We now begin it formally. There is a button that says raise your hand. So if you click on the button, we'll be able to know if you have any questions. It's on the bottom right corner. So you may accept the unmute option and then proceed with your question. You're currently muted. Mr. Anantesh, you may ask your question. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Okay, Mr. S. Chatterjee's question is how many home buyers are expected? Okay, how many home buyers are expected to be reached by this online carnival?
Well, see, in the normal case where we used to hold physical carnivals, we used to have anything from 2,000 to 4,000 visitors and at least about 2,000 cases where we used to close deals. But this is a much more convenient method where people can attend this carnival from the comfort of their homes, have the advantage of AddaCorner getting them a better bargain. So I would say, I will not put a number. I will only hope that with all the publicity that we are doing and with your active cooperation, we should be able to touch at least 5 figures.
Mr. Anantesh, if you cannot speak, you may leave your question in the chat box, and the same applies to everyone who has a question. If you're unable to unmute yourself, you can always leave your question and we'll read it out and the panelists may answer them accordingly.
Sangeeta Chungappa.
Ms. Sangeeta Chengappa would like to ask what kind of group discounts are possible from 10 to 10 or 15%?
So I'm going to take this question. Now, let me explain to you how negotiation happens. Now, when negotiation happens, it all depends upon the capacity at which you are able to talk to your seller and discuss on the pricing. So now we are very unconventional. This is a very unconventional platform. It will not subscribe or it will not promote to you that we are going to help you to get 5% discount, 10% discount. What we are talking is that when you come together, when you represent yourself strongly to the seller, you have the capacity to demand a fair pricing. And that fair pricing can be anything. It can be even 30% from what the market selling pricing is, right? So it all depends on how you club together. Yes. Now there is one thing which is called judicious pricing. A judicious pricing is a sensible pricing beyond below which you can never get a discount. That means, you know, the seller is going to incur a loss and sell you, which never happens, right? But when you come together, and since you know the pricing of the market, you know the pricing of that particular location, you know what pricing the property have been selling. When you are together with 3 or 4 members, you are out and you are able to chalk a deal which will be the best, right? So this platform is not going to be a discounting platform where we are going to demean a brand by saying that, you know, X builder is offering 5% discount, Y builder is allowing 20% discount. We all know that these discounts are all loaded in the price. But when we come together, when we join together, when we discuss the pricing, right, along with the co-buyers, amongst the co-buyers with the seller, you have a capacity to chalk out a pricing which will be the most fairest and the best.
Can I add a sentence to that a bit? See, I can tell you that if we put a figure to it, it will make the whole exercise meaningless. It will depend. See, as I said, and of course, the next question asks about that. Who are the builders associated? I think I will take that first. Okay. The builders who are associated are Brigade Group, Sumadhura, Vajram, Sopernica, Mana Properties, Incor Infrastructure, DSR Infrastructure, DS Max, Salarpuria, Shriram. So these builders are already onboarded. So now for each lot of bargaining, it will depend on how many people are there and what best bargains can be had, because the numbers which are in demand can attract that price. But on the other hand, I would also like to inform that a house is a non-perishable item. It will be there for years together. And all these builders that I named are some of the leading builders of Bangalore. They are very strong and they can continue to carry on business in the way they were doing. This is a convenience conjured by us for your convenience. So if you can spread the word wide and far to get as many aspirants for buying a house, so it will add to your own purchasing power. Thank you. I think both questions are dealt with.
I'll take it. So I would just like to add on what Abhi sir has said. So as on today morning, we have got another 7 builders who have expressed their approval to participate in this carnival. We have assets. We have Purvankara. We have GM Infinite. I will send you across the list, right? But as Abhijit sir was saying that, you know, a bargaining or a negotiation completely depends on 2 parameters. One is a judicious understanding. Right now, for example, iPhone, or say suppose I'm taking iPhone because it's not real estate. iPhone which costs 70,000, if I have an expectation to buy it at 35,000 and I start negotiating with group of people, it is not going to happen. So there is something which is called a judicious expectation, right? And a house is a prized possession. It's an asset. It's going to be with you, right? And since you have been contemplating to buy a home, this platform is for you to close your deal. So you come together. When you come together, you get better representation. You have better knowledge about what the pricing is. You are able to properly negotiate with the seller. The seller would also be delighted to offer you the best pricing because he's seeing closures happening, right? He's seeing prospective buyers who is going to close, and that too not in single digit, is going to be multiple digit.
Samreen had a follow-up question. She wanted to know which other cities will this be taken to?
So this platform, we have patented this platform to ensure that we can spread across the country, across the globe, right? And we alone going is different from when we got the platform of State Bank of India launching us. So that's a big blessing for us, and that's a big blessing for prospective buyers, right? So we started with Bangalore because Bangalore is a cosmopolitan city. The cosmopolitan index of Bangalore is the highest. That means, people from all walks of life, different cities come here and they, make Bangalore as their permanent residence, right? We have an intent to take this from Bangalore to the next level of the other cities. We have already tied up with, Kerala. We have already tied up with Tamil Nadu, right? But not, a formal carnival, but the usual way of this platform to be offered for any buyers who wanted to buy. But for this 1 month, we are going to run exclusively for Bangalore city. Now we are opening up, AddaCorner is also opening up in Dubai, right? We have got an immense, potential, and sorry, not potential, I would say, immense good response from the builders who are based out of Dubai, who actually welcome us to offer this platform for Dubai clients and for other countries' clients who invest in Dubai. So Dubai will be the next country we are going to launch, right? In terms of cities, after this carnival, we are going to take it to Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And then, we will take it pan-India because it's an Indian platform. It's completely developed by we Indians, right? The noble concept which we Indians have been practicing for age old, right? And this is going to surely revolutionize the way any buyer now looks at buying up any thoughtful purchase.
So, Mr. Anandesh has another question.
That
can local real estate players be a part of this carnival?
We would like to introduce this, may be possible in the next month itself, in the rest of the state of Karnataka, all the major cities of Karnataka. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So you want can local? Yes. So as Abhijit sir said, right, we are going to spread to all cities of Karnataka to start with, right? Yes. And this platform is a very unbiased platform. It is a buyer's platform. So today, the buyer, you may request that you wanted to buy something which falls under the category of AddaCorner, right? And you can actually, the best part of this platform is that there's a button called Create Your Own Adda. You must visit www.addacorner.com. When you visit, you will see all the properties being empaneled, all the products being empaneled. Now, if you are unable to find it, that's the best part of this platform. You can actually request for creation of an Adda. And when your Adda request comes to us, we approve that. When it gets approved, it gets spread to all other cities, all other people who want to buy the same product. So it attracts people who have ever searched or is looking to buy that particular product. So yes, this platform is going to be taken right across the globe, across India to start with, right? This carnival we will spread across Karnataka, right? And yes, the carnival is purposefully designed to run for 1 month so that no prospective buyer loses out the chance to crack a deal together.
Uh, 213897 has asked a question. Only upcoming projects which will be exhibited or ready to move in projects will also be there.
So I'm going to take this question, right? As I said, that this platform is an unbiased platform, and it is going to showcase all type of projects under construction, to be launched, right, or ready to move in. Criteria is that all projects have to be approved and has to adhere to the norms of RERA, right? We have particularly chosen projects which are RERA approved. We have particularly chosen projects which are at prime locations and of prime builders. projects will be displayed. So this carnival, as you go into the ADDAs, that means the projects, right? What you have to do is that you have to click in AddaCorner.com, www.addacorner.com. As you click in, you will find the carnival page, right? You will see why SBI has designed this carnival and what are the benefits that you are going to get. You enter the site. When you enter the site, you will find developer-wise categorization. When you enter the developer's project, particular project, right? For example, project X, you will be able to understand whether it is an ongoing project, whether it is a newly launched project, whether it is a ready to move in project. You will get exact details what a prospective buyers look at, right? Probably number of units, amenities, right? You will be able to download the brochure on a click of a button. You will be able to talk to the developer on a click of a button. You will be able to see the virtual tour on a click of a button, right? You will be able to chat with us also on a click of a button. And as the group gets formed, we will activate a link through which, the way we are talking today, right, you will be able to join hands together along with your co-buyers and talk to your developer.
If there are no further questions, we will conclude now. But if you do, you can always leave either a comment or raise your hand and we will continue.
So I just received a question on my mobile saying that will this carnival be extended after 1 month? The carnival is designed for 1 month. Yes, the ADDAs, the projects that will be created, it will be still available, right? And we will take permission of State Bank of India. I'm sure State Bank of India is also going to extend the offer on the home loans that they are providing during this carnival. It's very exciting, right? So we will request State Bank of India, based on the response that we get, right, to either extend or to encourage the buyers, the prospective buyers, loan processing to be done as per the criteria or as per the offer that SBI is going to provide during this carnival.
So we have one more question. Any charge for buyers to join in an ADDA?
This is a buyer's platform and it's your platform, so there is no charge for the buyer, and we do not charge brokerage from the seller also. So that is the fun of this platform.
There's another question from Mr. Anantesh. Will we get any ID for developers when we create an ADDA?
I didn't much understand this question, but let me tell you both. I'm seeing two questions. I'm going to answer both the questions, right? So I'm going to answer the first question, that whether will you get an ID for a developer when we create when you create an ADDA? Yes. Say suppose you request for a project, you get an intimation that you have requested for the project. What we do is that you give very minimal information about that particular project. So we do our due diligence, right? And then we put in all the photographs, all the details that is required so that other co-buyers can join. Yes, you will get an intimation of that you have requested for that particular ADDA. You will get an intimation that the ADDA has been approved and has been published on our website. You will also get an intimation that how many people, how many co-buyers are going to join with you for this purchase. Okay, the next question, I will take it up, right? It shows very clearly on my screen. So how do we monetize the platform? So this is, I'll tell you, this platform is not a brokerage platform. It is not an intermediary platform. There is a fixed fee, which is a very, very nominal fee. For example, a real estate development, a real estate broker gets paid 2%, 3%, 4%. Now, if I say that when you close, I'm going to take only 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, does it sound exciting? Because that 10,000 rupees will not matter to the buyer also, because he's going to save lakhs when he's doing the purchase together. And for a developer, it is just a cost of lead, right? So we have very fixed, I'm being very transparent with you, because this platform is going to go across the globe, across the country. So there are very, very nominal fees that are being charged only on the closure, which varies from 500 rupees to probably a 5,000, 10,000 rupees.
So to add on what Raj has mentioned, so there is no fee or no thing we charge to the buyers. It is only after the closure happens that we take a certain or very minimal fee, which will be charged only to the seller. No buyers get charged for this.
I would like to thank each and all. I would like to thank the SBI team. I would like to thank Abhijit sir for this wonderful experience. In fact, I've been attending a lot of press conference. Sumit has also been attending press conference. This is the first press conference which we are attending on a virtual platform, and we have been talking about, this is the type of feel that we are going to give the co-buyers when they start negotiating with their seller, right? So it is quite comfortable. At the comfort of your home, you would be able to do your negotiation, right? So I welcome everyone to participate in this SBI online Home Carnival. I would request everyone to visit www.addacorner.com, right? The site is ready. The 10 builders which Abhijit sir said has already been empaneled, right? You can see their projects being displayed. There are 20 more developers, so we are anticipating 30 developers would be showcased. So another 10-20 developers would be empaneled in the next 3-4 days before we officially start from 24th, right? There are fantastic, this is a fantastic opportunity for all prospective home buyers. Please spread the message. Please ensure that people know that we are making buyers Atmanirbhar.
And to add on what Raj is mentioning, we also would like to tell you about that each and every closure, after each and every closure, the fee which will be charged to the seller, the entire fee along with SBI will be gone for a CSR activity, which we will be giving it to the migrant workers for their kids' education. Because with this pandemic, the most affected people are the migrant workers who has lost their jobs, and they have no means to raise money for the kids' education. So this is a very noble cause. So we are joining hands with SBI and we are going ahead with this initiative.
It's my bad that I missed out talking about it, because I always believe, right, good things need not be broadcasted. But since the point came up, we will tell you the complete proceedings of this carnival, right? Whatever small amount, 5,000, 10,000, whatever we collect, right? This is going to be given to a fund which takes care of these migrant workers' kids' education. Because if you see this category, what Sumit has said, has been affected the most, right? And their kids doesn't have that privilege which our kids have, right? So we are creating a model by which we can help these kids being educated to be in connect with the normal education system, which many of us privileged few are enjoying.
So let me also join in. Thank you very much, Mr. Sumit, Mr. Mukherjee from AddaCorner. Thanks profoundly to the friends from the media who have arranged this. And of course, thanks to the big real estate builders who have consented, and that would encourage all the larger number of builders to join in. It's a unique thing we are trying. We all hope for the best. And thanks to my colleagues also who have joined in today and who will be instrumental in delivering this online platform and ultimately the dream home of every individual. My last request, whether you want to buy a house today, or you have already bought a house yesterday, or you want to buy a house 5 years hence, please do log in. Please do see the variety of projects on offer. You may like to go in for a bigger house. You may like to change the location of your present house because you might have changed your job. It might not be as convenient to you as it was when you purchased that house somewhat earlier. Or You might be in for a different phase of life 5 years hence. So you will know which part of Bangalore you would like to settle in and for what. So please do log in. Please do spread this word to your friends, relatives, associates, colleagues, and everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's make this a success.
Thank you all for joining in. As we conclude this, the media will receive a press release along with a recording of this press conference. So in case you have any queries, and you may always ask us any follow-up questions, so we may send it out to our panelists. Thank you all for attending. Have a great day. Bye.